Women hitting the wall on another level. When will this stop?
I'm 30 years old. Almost all of my friends are in long-term serious relationships or married or with kids, and I am feeling lonely.
Single at 30. My dear, you've hit the unforgiving wall.
I've previously been really good about covering up this loneliness with work. I'm a surgery resident. I work 80 hours a week, so I don't often really have time to sit in that loneliness. But the past year, I changed to a research schedule where I work more normal 40-hour weeks, and it's been a lot more depressing for me.
Feminism just finds a way to creep into everything, like an ant. Women that understand and uphold traditional values. I'm talking about women that don't see cooking, cleaning and taking care of her own kids as slavery are far happier than women that dress up to work 80 hours a week to prove men and women are equal. Look at you now, depressed and lonely.
You see everybody's lives move forward. You have failed relationship after situationship after whatever, and you just wonder, is this time ever coming for me? And I don't really want to emphasize any of the cliches of it'll happen when you least expect it or be happy with yourself first. That shit did not help me. That made me infuriated at people that told me that. But okay, so February 9th, so I'm specifically sitting at the airport in Houston, and they make an announcement on the loudspeaker that $600 they're offering if you'll sit in the Houston airport for 6 hours. I was like, okay, sign me up. Then I immediately, while I'm waiting now for my 6-hour later flight, I look at where Southwest Airlines flies internationally because I also like to fill my time and my loneliness with trips and traveling. So February 9th, I'm also now sitting at this airport, and I have this trip planned to go see my friend in New York the next week, and that's where my last situationship had just moved. And I remember being in the airport so anxious to text him that I'm going to New York and not knowing if he was going to want to see me or not. So I work up the courage to text him, and he says yeah, let's grab dinner. So then literally 1 week later, I was in New York, I see him, and the rest of the weekend carries on. I reach out to him a few days later asking if he wants to do one more thing before I leave, and basically he just shuts me down entirely. And I think to me this is one of those things where you create this future in your head because you're just so lonely and you're just looking to hook on to anything. So unfortunately, when he shut me down, I was at Bottomless Mimosas with my friends, and so we went back to her apartment, and I sobbed fetal position on the floor. Reiterated how I'm never going to find anybody, I'm going to be alone forever. And the thing is I had actually gotten to that cliche, be happy on your own place, where I had looked into freezing my eggs. I had thought about a future where I was a single mom. I really want kids. But obviously, if I can find a partner that makes my life better, I want that.
To be honest with you, a lot of guys now see you as bedroom practice because you've hit the wall. You might get lucky, get married, but it's not going to last. You're hearing this from a man. He'll most likely cheat on you with a younger woman. Sorry, not sorry. You were too focused on your career that you forgot family comes first for every female.
So anyway, trying to get back to current times because I've been talking forever. So now we're at February 19th where I'm sobbing on the floor. And I had set up a few dates that month in Chicago, just trying to get back out there. My first one went horribly, but I had 2 set up for when I came back from New York. And the first one was on that Wednesday, so February 22nd, and the guy had canceled on me the week before, so I did not have high hopes for it, but I was like, whatever, I'm in such a terrible place, I gotta go and just get myself out there and think about anything else. So fast forward to May 23rd, that guy from February 22nd just came to Cuba with me, and we had an amazing trip, and I'm incredibly happy. It's early, I know people might come at me. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is the best I felt about something in a really long time, and I wish I could tell February 9th, February 16th, February 20th myself all of that things can change in an instant, and you just really never know what's around the corner.
Happy for you, and I hope it lasts.
Becoming a sprinkle girly has completely changed how I engage with men. Ever since learning about sprinkle and growing deeper into it, I've just been so excited to apply it in my dating life. But unfortunately, in the last month since becoming a sprinkle girly, I haven't really found any guy worthy of dating me or going on even dates with me. So I haven't really gotten a chance to fully apply it just yet.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, girly. These women copy men. Literally everything. First we had MGTOW. Women called theirs women going their own way. We had passport bros. Women called their passport girls, even though Jamaican men only see them as a green card ticket, and these women only use the passport girl tag to hoe around. Now, we have sprinkle, sprinkle, girlies. You can't make this shit up.
But then I noticed today that I actually have been applying sprinkle sprinkle even with guys like I'm not dating. I'm with this guy today and I had to call an Uber because he didn't have Uber on his phone. And I was so worried because I was like, oh my God, this ride is 50 euros. I don't want to end up paying for it. Because of Sprinkle Sprinkle, I am now a lot more confident and comfortable with asking men for money. And I asked them at the end of the ride, I was like, sir, are you gonna reimburse me for that ride? Yeah, absolutely. And then by the time I got out the car, he handed me the 50 euros and I was like, in my head, I was like, thank you. And I didn't even say thank you out loud because why? Of course you should pay for us to get from point A to point B, duh.
The entitlement bomb. Of course he should pay. Part of the major reasons why men are walking away from dating. You all act like being with us and chilling is you doing us a favor. Hell no. We don't move that way anymore. If you can't pay for your shit, get your ass back home. Simple. The dating standards these days is heartbreaking.
End of the night and I want to go home. And the Uber is going to be another 50 euros. I turn to his friend and I go, can you call an Uber for me? And he does. And he calls me the Uber and I don't spend any money. And I think the old version of me would have just called my own Uber. The new version is like, no, these men requested my presence out here. They brought me to this location. They need to make sure I get home. They need to make sure I get from point A to point B to point C. And point C is home. Earlier that day, I had also had dinner with guy number one as well. And just the thought of even paying or contributing, because we weren't actually on a date, didn't even cross my mind because I'm like, no, I'm a woman. Why would I do that? And I just love that for myself. I love that how I engage with men has just really shifted and changed. And it's saving me a lot of money.
You're broke. It's nothing to brag about if I'm being honest.
So I've been reading through comments, and I have questions. Y'all really be asking women to split the check on a first date? I can't imagine. I think maybe twice ever, which you're gonna win in the short term. You're gonna lose in the long term. Because if a man asks me to split the check, I'm going to say, you know what, baby boy, don't worry, I got it. And I'm going to pay the whole check. And I'm going to block your number. Because that's not marriage material to me. I can't raise a family with somebody that's afraid to spend $15 on dinner. Sorry, I said what I said. What the?
$15 on a date. That's fair. And I'm sure a lot of men can handle that. We draw a line when you women don't want a restaurant that sells steak below $200. Of course, we'll split the bill. Dates to women just means free food. That era is gone. Sorry. Madam, we shall split the bill. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.